Now let's talk about animating stills. Let's go ahead and import some files in here. Double-click on an empty space here in the project panel. Navigate to the Chapter 6 folder of your Project Files folder. Select the first image, the JPEGs, which is picked 1. Press and hold Shift. Select the last one, which is picked 4, and click on Open. And all of them come here into the project panel. Let's go ahead and create a new composition by clicking on the New Composition icon right here at the bottom of the project panel. Make it NTSC-DV, that's good. And let's change the duration so that it's 10 seconds. Just type 10:00 and there you go. Let's go ahead and grab these pictures and position them in the timeline. I just want to point something out. Let me go ahead and delete these. If I select picked 4 first, press and hold Shift, and then I select picked 1, and I bring him down, notice the layer stacking order. Picture 4 goes first now. Let me go ahead and delete this. On the other hand, I grab picture 1 first, press and hold Shift, and then I select picked 4. When I bring him down into the timeline, now picture 1 is first in the layer stacking order. All right, so let's go ahead and animate these pictures. Let's just make a picture montage. Let's select all of the layers here and go to about 3 seconds, and let's just trim them. With all of the layers selected, to trim them, all you have to do is press and hold Alt or Option and use the right bracket. Because all of them are selected, all of them get trimmed at the same time. Let's go ahead and click on an empty space here to deselect. And let's double-click picture 1. When you double-click any layer, it opens in the layer panel. What we need to do is we need to see the layer panel and the composition panel at the same time. So let's go ahead and move the layer panel to on top of the project panel so that we can see both of them. Let's resize this a little bit, and let's zoom out of this one so we can see the entire image, and of this one as well. Remember, to zoom out, all you have to do is use your mouse scroll wheel when your mouse is on top of the panel, or use the shortcuts, which are the period and the comma key. Let's go ahead and bring the CTI all the way to the beginning. With the layer still selected, press the letter A. Your anchor point property will now show. Go ahead and keyframe and select your selection tool. With the selection tool, go ahead and move the anchor point to whatever part you want here in the layer panel. And as you notice, in the composition panel, the picture is going to move as well. So that sets the first point. Move in time. Let's set another point around here where it says city parking. Let's go ahead and make this layer invisible by clicking on this eye icon right here. Double-click Pick 2 so that it opens right here in the layer panel. And do the same thing. Press the letter A for anchor point. Move to the beginning of the timeline, and let's go ahead and keyframe the anchor point. And let's move it to one of the flowers. Let's say we want to move it to this one. Move in time. Let's move it to the yellow one here. Move once more, and let's end it somewhere around here. Let's make layer 2 now invisible by clicking on the eye icon. Double-click Pick 3 so that it opens in the layer panel. Press the letter A for anchor point and move the CTI all the way to the beginning. Keyframe the anchor point. Let's just start here. Move in time. Move the anchor point. Move in time. Now let's reset the position of the anchor point. You can reset any value by just right-clicking on it and choosing Reset. Let's make this layer now invisible by clicking on the eye icon, and let's double-click on the fourth and last one. Press the letter A for anchor point, move the CTI to the beginning, keyframe the anchor point, and let's just start where it says hand. Move in time, move the anchor point, move in time, and now let's reset that anchor point. Let's go ahead and select all of these, Control or Command A, and let's make them visible again. Press the letter S for scale, and let's go ahead and keyframe the scale of these. Let's go about yay. Moving time, let's make it a little bit smaller. About there. And now let's adjust them one by one. I'll make this one invisible. Make this one a little bit smaller. I'll make it invisible as well. Now I'll work with the third one. Make it invisible, and finally number 4. And there you go. Select all of the layers, Control or Command A, and press the letter U. That shows you all of the keyframes. So just make this a little bit larger so that we can see it. Select all of the keyframes and press F9 for easy ease. And there you go. We can now collapse this. Let's make sure that we can see all of them. Going on, let's go ahead and select all of these and now go under Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Sequence Layers. Let's go ahead and overlap them by 15 frames. And let's dissolve the front layer and click OK. And let's go ahead and RAM preview this. As you can see, a nice and easy picture montage by animating the anchor point instead of the position.